Hi guys, it's Gigi, and today is going to be part 2, not part 4, part 2 of my transgender Q&A. I have to say again, you guys have blown me away with your support and kind words and positive messages, and I love you so much. And there were so many comments in my first installment of my transgender Q&A, so possibly there will be a third, but I only really intended for there to be 2. So there are going to be some questions from the original batch of questions from part 1 that I felt were a little bit too invasive, but now I'm like ready to answer them, whatever. And then a new batch from the questions in the comments that you guys left me on part 1. So let's just get started. That was so confusing. Ben asks, are you planning on having the surgery during 2014? Duh, already had it. Natalia says, Gigi, you are an inspiration to me because I am too male to female. I am not allowed to get any hormones until I turn 22, and I am now 18. How do I cope with this dysphoria that's like a dementor hovering over me? I'm so sorry for you, Natalia. That's super, super hard. I didn't have to wait until I was 22 to take hormones, so I'm not sure what your circumstances are. Maybe it's like your parents or whatever. I'm not sure. I would just say, from one T-girl to another, wait it out, do what you can. I'm sure you'll get on hormones before the age of 22, especially now if you are sure that you want to go through with this. Maybe you need a year or 2 to kind of really think about it. So I definitely do feel for you, but I know where there's a will, there's a way. You're gonna go far, for sure. If you're 18 and you're already thinking this, you're gonna move mountains. Jiri Sivesic, and there's a bunch of like things over the eyes. Anyways, do you shave your hairy? Do I shave my hair or have laser hair removal? I do both. I do everything. Shaving is just the most practical, but I am undergoing laser hair removal, obviously. I've gone through so many laser hair removal spots, like just people that don't even know how to work the machine. Meanwhile, I'm standing there like, okay, yeah, that for sure. I'll give you $500 for this treatment. Like, no. Cynthia asks, will Gigi be your official name as a female, or will it remain for social network purposes only? Gigi is going to be my official name. It's going to be on my passports, my identification, my driver's license, everything. It's a name that I feel very, very attached to. I couldn't really see myself as any other name. Oh my God, I posted something on Instagram a long time ago. Let me just read it. Gigi, the best woman you will ever meet in your life and regret losing when she leaves you. If you leave her, you will never forget her and always wish you were back with her. She is too cool for all the fools. She is the new definition of being in style. And then used in a sentence, that sweater is so Gigi. And someone actually found this on like some dictionary site. It's obviously not the Webster's dictionary definition or whatever. But I just thought that that was so sweet. I think that that does define me. I mean, that might sound a little bit like tooting my own horn or whatever, but I think that everyone should think this about themselves. It's just because I really like the name Gigi, and I think that it suits me. It's just who I am now. Lauren asks, are you going to be having FFS? I personally think that you are already very beautiful, but everyone is their own worst critic, so you never know. Please fill us in. I'm actually not sure if there's like a FMS, facial masculinization surgery, if that's even a word. What basically FFS is types of cosmetic procedures to basically make you look more feminine. It's also for genetically born women where they maybe feel like their brow is a little bit too heavy or their nose is a little bit too masculine, you know, anything. I am my own worst critic just like anybody else, and I am going through this transition and I'm gonna do it full force. And the beauty of FFS is it's not standard 5 procedures. It's not like you just go in and go, hi, I want FFS. It's kind of just like an umbrella term for a bunch of different procedures. I am not going to go crazy with plastic surgery. I think you guys should know me a little bit better than that. I don't want to say too much because it is a very, very personal subject, but you guys will know. Andrea asks, are you going to be getting boobies with like 5 exclamation marks and question marks? Yes, I'm going to be getting my boobs done. It is kind of a weird thing to be saying online, on camera, but I mean, it is as transparent as I can be. I'm not going to be going in to sizing and all of that stuff. You guys will see when I do it, obviously. It's a personal decision that I would like to make by myself, so if you have something to say, just be nice about it, please. Joanna says, do you feel happy with this decision? Yes, I do feel very, very happy now. I feel much happier than I did last year with this whole decision. Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit difficult. I really can't complain about anything because I really have the best support system, which is you guys and my family and my friends. Like seriously, I look back to you guys all the time. I go to read your stuff when I'm feeling down. At the point where I was at before, I am much, much happier. Yeah, I mean, I'm always like a work in progress. I feel like I would never be like, I'm happy, I'm ready to go, God, take me. Robin asks, did you have to sacrifice sacrifice anything along this journey? I would say, yeah, I have to sacrifice a lot. You know, I sacrificed my life being easier, some relationships in my life that I won't really get into. I'd say the one thing you're sacrificing though, if you don't go through with this, if you're feeling these things inside, is your true happiness and your true meaning in life. You know, everyone is put on this earth for a reason, and these things are put into our minds for a reason by God. A lot of the time, fear, I don't know if you guys have realized over the course of your life, I sure have. I feel like a lot of the things where you're scared, a lot of the time, like say for an example, just for fun, kind of like skydiving. I mean, that's not really an intense thing everyone has to go through in their lives, but with skydiving, it's just like, oh my God, let's do this. It's so fun. And then when you book it, you're like, oh no, I don't actually want to do it. Like it's actually really scary. And I know some people that have actually backed out of that. But if you hadn't just done it, it's this release that you don't get a lot of the time. And you've already gone through with booking it and already doing all of that, and you're really gonna back out. That's just fear. And fear a lot of the time, I think, is what makes us grow. If you're not doing stuff that scares you, and oh my God, my mom used to say to me, that's so weird that I just remember this. It was in a song. Do one thing a day that scares you or something, and it was a song listing all of the things that he did that scared him or whatever. But it's so true. I mean, maybe not every single day I do something that scares me, but I would say twice or 3 times a week. I mean, they really do help you grow and help you kind of see the light. They help you see something in a different aspect. So, wow, I go really off on these tangents, huh? Bahati Nafir asks, do you ever trick boys when you are out at the clubs or out in public in general? I wouldn't know, wink face. Well, thank you, that's very sweet. I guess it'd be a lie to say that I don't trick guys, because I mean, when they see me from across the bar, I guess that's kind of tricking them or whatever if they see me just out walking. I am one to keep things really honest. I'm not really one of those kind of girls that's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's get him home, let's do this, you know? I go out to have fun. I don't go out to find boys. Boys kind of find me, you know? Boys are kind of just the cherry on top of the night. There will always be tons of them around, so I don't really base my night off of boys and tricking boys and how many boys can I get tonight. I've heard so many like horrible stories, whether they be on like documentaries or whatever, just like through friends, of girls dying because of guys that didn't know and they bring them home and all of that. It's like a very touchy subject, and I just look at myself and I'm like, wow, I would never do that. I would never ever go that far with something just for one night. Really? You're gonna go through all of that just for one night? It's not worth it to me. I can see girls that are really sad and really lonely, maybe putting themselves in that amount of danger just for this tiny amount of gratification. Andrew Ling asks, how do you deal with all the hate you're receiving? And this question kind of like got me off guard, because like I feel like there is some hate, but there is so much more love that I've been receiving than hate. Like I feel more love than I have in so long. Like seriously, like I look on my comments all the time and I'm just like, wow, people are so nice. But I would say the hate that I get is not, I don't really take it to heart, to be honest. I feel like a lot of the hate that I get is just ignorance. It's like kind of stay the gender that you were born as. I mean, it's 2014 now. I think we can switch genders if we want to. If I'm not feeling comfortable as a male, I'm sure as fuck gonna go over to the female side. I mean, there's really no problem with that. It affects me more than it does you, for sure. You're never gonna see me again, honey, unless you log on to my Instagram, which you probably have on your favorite section. Last question, Linus or Lines, can you please explain how the transgender dating world works? Are the guys you date or may date gay, straight? Are they attracted to women or the man portion of you? I'm so confused with that part. I adore you, by the way. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lines. It's kind of a difficult subject because it's different with every single relationship. I think that generally speaking in the transgender world, it is totally normal for a straight heterosexual man to be dating a trans girl because they see that woman aspect in you. They're not going after, as this person put it, the man portion of you. But with that, I have filmed for long enough, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you guys have any more questions for me, definitely leave them down in the comments. I love having these one-on-one kind of talks with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of this video, and I look forward to seeing your comments, and until I see you guys next time, stay gorgeous.